Welcome to the live stream, guys. Welcome to Rep America with Mehdi. I'm your host, Medication. We're going to talk about Iran today. Iran's revolution is taking place, and we have Trump coming out, speaking up after a while, a couple of days of not saying anything about it. We're glad to hear from Trump, guys, and have a few things to show you. I'm going to verify a few things on my account real quick, just to make sure the stream is going smooth. So let's take a look. Just hang in there with me, guys. Okay. So we got the stream up. We got everything looking good. We're at 15,167 subscribers. We're going to let our Discord know that we're live. We got our first couple of likes. Hello. Thank you for joining. Love to have you. Happy to have you. Let's let everyone in Discord know we're live. All right. Guys, again, thank you for joining the chat. Jennifer, what's happening? What is going on? I got to also update the site. The hats are now in stock, so those are going to be shipped out. Let me see here. Instagram. Instagram is now live, and welcome to the live stream on Instagram. Today we're talking about the Iran revolution that's currently taking place as we speak. We got some live updates. We got some footage from what's going on. We have footage from around the world, and we're going to dive right in. Hello, Goldbanafsha. How are you? Hi, everyone. Hi, Mish. Hi, everybody, dude. Hello. Thank you for joining the stream. We're going to talk about Iran. We're going to talk about a few things. And I should have a special guest coming on within the next 10, 15 minutes. So stay tuned for that. I should have a guest that was actually the girl that was jumping on top of the U-Haul van in the middle of the protests in LA. And so she'll be there. Hi, Golbanafsha. Good to have you. By the way, guys, if you're on Instagram, always remember there's a very lively community and chat on YouTube. If you want to go there, the link is in my bio. Or if you want to not go through the Instagram, so you get stuck in Instagram, you open the YouTube app and just search for Rep America, like my hat right here. That's all you got to do. Just search for Rep America. It's also on your screen. State Line, what's up, bud? How you doing? Jonah Vex is in the house. Hello. Guys, we are ready to kick off a nice little stream. It's Monday night, and I'll be honest with you, I'm worn out. And that's not a good way to start a stream, but I am worn out. I did what Peter Attia says is very good to do. He says you should very much be aware of your VO2 max. So I did that at the gym today. On top of having one of my biggest, heaviest, strongest upper body workouts today, I did a VO2 max on the bicycle, which is an all-out effort. And I did that for a couple of miles, and that was just nuts. My body's worn out. Anyway, I'm not hungover whatsoever. No. It takes a little more for me to get hungover. Miss Medication is smiling at me. Are you going to put some clothes on and come join us? Come on, put something on and come join us. We'll get Miss Medication to come join us. And we're going to have a special guest that's going to be here in about 15 minutes. Or maybe even sooner. So we'll see how that goes. And we will get going. Actually, she has some explaining. She wants to explain exactly what's going on with that van. So we're going to have that. We have here on my screen, in the center of my screen, the very first Iranian-born football player. And so I just wanted to, he's a friend of mine. I collaborated with him on a reel that he posted as a message to the NFL. I know we're all aware that the NFL is somewhat woke, but nonetheless, they are his friends because he was a player on the NFL. And so he put a couple of messages out. He's gone viral from having You know, he had some followers, but now he's got a lot more followers. He went viral. I'm going to show you this clip, this video of him going. This is a new one that I collaborated with him, and then we're going to show you another one. I got quite a few things. Donald Trump came out and said that he is putting a mandatory 25% tariff on any country that does business with the Islamic regime of Islamic Republic regime government of Iran. Vico, what's up, bud? Good to have you, dude. Good to have you, bro. So here we go. State Line says, cure your case of the Mondays by repping America and making it a fun day. Thank you, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Glad to see you're feeling better, State Line. I know you were a little down last week. You know, hopefully things are better for you on your end of things. Trump is here. We go. We already got W's in the chat, bro. Tree is on it. Vico says, I sent you something. Check your DMs. Okay, bro, I'll check it out. We'll get it going on the DMs here. Let's go. Actually, first, I want to go. Okay. Are you going to put something on? Okay, so first and foremost, let's go here, since we're already talking about Mr. Shar, the one and only.
7 years in the National Football League.
So again, he's the first Iranian-born person in the National Football League, okay, in the NFL. So let's put this on. Let's check out what he's doing. Guys, how's everything? Sound is good? Yeah, actually, yeah, everything looks good. Let's see here. He says, AJ joining up with us brought me back in a big way, bro. I love that. That's just the power of community, bro. That's badass, dude. Thank you, State Line, for saying that, man. Thank you for saying that, bro. America's Janitor helped out. AJ came in, bro, and did it up. Thank you, man. I love to hear that, bro. The power of community. Okay, so guys, this is Shar, as a buddy of mine, first NFL guy, and first Iranian-born. Let's listen to what he says.
This is Shar Pradanish. I played 7 years in the National Football League. I was the first Iranian-born player in NFL history. Since retirement, I have never asked the NFL or my compatriots for anything. I'm asking for your help now. Since December 28th of 2025, the Iranian people have rushed into the streets to protest the Islamic Republic of Iran's oppressive regime. Since January 7th, after the outcry of King Reza Pahlavi, people rushed into the streets and millions have poured out in protest against the regime. This is not a protest against the economy. This is a protest against human rights and civil rights. The NFL has long stood for human rights, civil rights, women's rights, and social justice. Where is the NFL now? I'm begging you, to my former league, who I bled for so many years. I'm begging for your help. Please hear the voices of my Iranian compatriots. People are dying in the streets. President Trump, you said you would act if people were killed. Dozens of people have been reported killed since you have made that statement. Where is your help? We need your help. The Iranian people need your help. The internet has been shut down. There's no voices coming out. Who knows what's going on? I'm begging you, please repost this so bring awareness to what's going on in Iran. Thank you. This is Shar Pradanish. I play.
Amazing. So there you have it. That's Shar right there. What a great guy. By the way, the guy is huge. You can't tell in this video, but he is a massive guy. Towers over people. Big, huge guy, bro. Like, you see him from a mile away walking around. He's one of those big kids, man. Big dude. Great guy. His heart is even bigger than him, dude. It's insane, bro. So love to hear it. I was so happy to collab with him on this. What a guy he is. And so, guys, as you know, Iran is going through its revolution. It's no longer a protest. We're calling it a revolution. It is what it is. It's the biggest pushback. It's the biggest FU to the Islamic regime government, cowards, disgusting losers of the Iranian government. So we're just really happy for this to finally be the moment that it could happen. We'd always we'd always hope for this. We always wanted this to happen. We're always, in all the other protests in the past, we were not so hopeful because we knew the crackdowns were hard and painful, and the government would stop people from doing it. So now we got this going. So anyway, that's Shar. Vati says, did he support the kneeling? If not, that was a waste. I don't know if he did the kneeling. I'm not a fan of the kneeling in the NFL, and I don't know if he did or not. I got to bring him on the pot. I got to bring him on our live stream, our show, and he's down. He said he's down. He said just tell me when, I'll come. So he wants to do whatever he can to bring more awareness to Iran and what's happening there. So we're going to bring him on at some point. So we'll do that. But if I bring him on, I'm just going to warn you guys, I'll be like here and he'll be like way up here. I'll be like this. I'll look like a little kid, bro, next to him, bro. I swear. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. But yeah, so let's see. It was a quiet protest on rights. It was a quiet protest. It was a quiet protest. Are you talking about the kneeling down for, I think it was like Black Lives Matter or something like that? Is that what that was? Or not Black Lives Matter, but like black people in general or something like that. I'm not really sure. Anyway, wanted to show you this real quick. Vico asked to put this on before we dive right into more of Iran. So this is just a funny moment where this moron was in a mosque doing his prayer in a mosque wearing a shirt that says Jesus loves you. So now the funny part about this is a lot of these guys in these, I'm going to call them third world countries, they are illiterate. And if they find some kind of clothing that has some kind of English writing on it, it's like instantly all of a sudden cool. You know, it's, oh, wow. You know, it's got some English writing. This is a cool piece of clothing, so I'm going to wear it. Not knowing that it says Jesus loves you. Look at this guy.
And he has a Bible verse? What? Bro, do people know what they wear before they go to Salah? MashaAllah, brother praying. Jesus loves you? And he has a Bible verse? What? Bro, do people know what they wear before they go to Salah? MashaAllah, brother.
MashaAllah, he says. MashaAllah, brother. Fucking brother, you can't make this shit up, bro. It's so funny. It's so good. Just so you know, bro, we died laughing when we watched this together. Me and Vico, we were dying laughing. It was so hilarious. Sam in the chat says, the fact that some guy kneeling during the anthem takes up this much of y'all's time still means it was effective enough to waste y'all's time at least. No, it's just loser behavior, in my opinion. And so that's, I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, that's what it was about. Yeah, it's just loser behavior. You want to fix things, do something right, make something of yourself, go fix your family, fix the families around you, talk to the people around you, make some good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Don't gaslight American people. We're not dumb, dude. So anyway, that's Shar, and I want to show you the original post from Shar, so Persians, you can understand what is going on with him and what he posted. This post, look, you can see he's got 5,000 followers, and this post that he got put up is 1.4 million. All right, so here we go. This is his that got 1.4 million views. Check out what his message is to the world. I think.
This is a message to my Iranian brothers and sisters. I just want you to know that we're all with you. The people of America are watching you. Your Iranian family, your Iranian brethren, خواهر برادرای شما توی آمریکا و توی اروپا, everywhere in the world, our hearts go with you. You are the most brave people in the world. Iranian people are the greatest. We're going to have freedom. Javid Shah, glory and freedom to Iran. This is
Javid Shah just means long live the Shah. People say Javid Iran means long live Iran. People say Javid Vatan Vatan means like the homeland, the motherland. It means long live the motherland, long live homeland, long live Iran. Okay. I'm going to put this on. This is going to be a little bit of an update as to what's going on. This was streamed 5 hours ago by Mario Artusi. So let's take a listen.
Channel Amaya Tusi and Iranian cities are on fire. Despite the Islamic Republic's best efforts to do the crackdown over the last day or two, more people are out on the streets. We are receiving a lot of videos thanks to Starlink and Elon Musk. And of course, President Trump has now ordered the evacuation of U.S. citizens, dual nationals from Iran. European diplomats have now also left the country, including the French authorities. And of course, there is a lot happening when it comes to the Iranian regime's demands for some sort of support. Now, we're going to give you guys all the updates, all the videos that are coming in. And there was an interview with the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, which we have to show you, as President Trump's team and the Crown Prince's team are now in contact. And tomorrow is going to be a very, very important day, as you already know. Let's talk about the latest updates. Firstly, big thank you to every single person who's been supporting us. 1,334,000 subscribers so far.
Holy cow, man. What's up? How you doing? 101 fever. Holy smokes. Dude, you okay? What is going on with you?
Let's get on with the show. Let's talk about what's happening on the ground in Iran. So a few hours ago, they came and said, oh, the Islamic Republic, we won, everything's fine. They even held a rally which only brought in like tens of thousands of people, despite the fact that they have about 4 to 5 million IRGC people in Iran. And then things kicked off. They had to retreat their forces. The Arab militias are there. But President Trump has just confirmed, essentially, that the United States' objective is to overthrow the Islamic Republic's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. Now, obviously, after what happened in Venezuela with Nicolas Maduro, you should take this extremely seriously. You do not F around with the US military. That aside, we have received the latest from the US State Department. Protests across Iran are intensifying with road closures, public transport disruptions, and ongoing internal outages. US citizens, dual nationals, must depart using Iranian passports, as Iran does not recognize dual citizenship and will treat them solely as Iranian citizens. All US nationals are at heightened risks of questioning, arrest, or detention. Showing a US passport or any US connections may prompt Iranian authorities to detain individuals. And there has also been an order to leave, obviously, immediately.
I think this order is a little bit late, to be honest, guys. They should have put this order out a lot sooner. This has been ongoing. This is about 3 weeks now that we're into this revolution. Guys, let me know if I need to put the chat on subscriber only.
This is what's going on the ground. The US virtual
Vico says, God bless our military. 100%, man. 100%. 1,000%. And, yep, Gold Banner shit. Agree. Yep,
embassy,
exactly.
of course, they're not allowed to have a physical embassy.
I agree too.
They said that the US citizens should expect continued internet outages, plan alternative means of communication, and if safe to do so, consider departing Iran by land to Armenia or Turkey. Actions to take: leave Iran now. Have a plan for departing Iran that does not rely on US government help. If you cannot leave, find a secure location within your residence or another safe building. Have a supply of food, water, medications, and other essential items. Avoid demonstrations, keep a low profile, and stay aware of your surroundings. Monitor local media for breaking news. Be prepared to adjust your plans. Keep your phone charged. And
okay, so we're gonna continue, but I just want to confirm what Torge was saying in the chat. He is correct. I just put it on the screen. You can see it. Torge says, so if anyone's listening in Iran right now, he's correct. The regime, the Islamic regime, is going door to door, taking away satellites and Starlinks from Iranians and punishing them for doing what they're doing. So if they catch anyone doing Starlink or any of that kind of stuff, bro, they're in big trouble, bro. These we don't know we don't have the reported number, we don't have the correct numbers, but you better believe that the punishment is very high. The death toll right now is very high. We're hearing numbers to the up to 5,000 and up to 10,000, in some cases a little bit more. And I hate to just say the number like that, but because it's just insane to think of that. But the numbers we're hearing are somewhere in the high thousands, 5,000 up to 10,000. I have a video that I want to put out, guys. I still haven't put out the video because it's just a bad video. It's a video of people being zipped up in body bags. It's a video of people going, and the situation is so bad, you guys, that people are being forced to claim their deceased family members on screens. Okay? They have just a picture of maybe the person's ID, the girl's ID. They have maybe some type of a picture of something about the person, or they just put the person's name and something about their family, something that people can like identify the person by, and they're just literally doing a situation where you have to go and if you don't see your family member deceased in a body bag, you go to this area where there's a screen and try to identify. You go through, you see all the people that are deceased that they're identifying, and you see if your family member is one of them. Let me just check this, see if this is any kind of new news that's popping up right now. Yeah, there's apparently there's a new interview. Trump does need to go in there, Min. You're absolutely right. We're calling for Trump to go in there, and that's why I did the post that I did. Goldbanafshe in Instagram, she I feel like she has some kind of sight on what's happening here. She says they have to pay for the bullet to get their dead kid back. Oh my God. So guys, if you just heard that, Goldbanafshe in Instagram is telling me that I didn't know this, that if you are in Iran and you go to the place where you go to identify someone that is your family member deceased, you have to pay for the bullet to get your dead child back. That is mental, exactly. That is absolutely mental. Guys, I'm going to pull up this interview and see, what this is about. Looks like a live interview. Let's see what this is.
Casualties are in the thousands.
This was an interview. Okay, this is the Crown Prince of Iran, guys. I'm going to play this for us. Okay, so this happened. Okay, this was 9 hours ago, but it looks like this was a very good interview. Let me hit play on this thing.
100 protesters have been killed, but some estimates of the casualties are in the thousands. Eyewitnesses describe overflowing morgues and the situation at hospitals as extremely.
By the way, Goldbanafshe, or anybody that wishes to be on live, you want to come and speak live or even show your face live or do a video live, let me know. I'm happy to bring you on live.
Dire. There have been other movements in Iran over the past 2 decades, but some observers say this one feels different. Will the regime fall? And if it does, what happens next? and who will lead Iran. On the name of the lips of many of the protesters is that of my guest today. Reza Pahlavi is Iran's crown prince and the son of Iran's last Shah. At 17 years old, Pahlavi left Iran for fighter pilot training in the U.S., and less than a year later, in 1979, his father's regime fell and the current Islamic Republic was established, barring his return.
Did you guys just hear that? This is the son of the Shah that was ousted in 1979. This is his son. So this is the crown prince, Reza Pahlavi. He was in fighter pilot training. He was sent to America. He was doing that in Iran. Then he was sent to America to continue fighter pilot training. And at that point, while he was in training, is when his father was ousted and exiled. Anonymous says, my grandparents were there in the 70s. Wow.
Reza has lived in exile ever since, nearly 50 years. Reza Pahlavi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nora, for having me on your program.
I want to talk about this violent crackdown all weekend long in Iran. What are you hearing?
Well, it's a war between a regime against its own citizenry. The country is in full revolt, and unlike preceding uprising that Iran has witnessed in recent years, this time people are on the streets to put a final end to this regime. They demand a change of regime. They want to take this regime down. They are bravely confronting, unarmed, a regime that has used brutality in complete darkness that was imposed by cutting off communication, as you stated, internet. They are using military equipment from armored tanks to AK-47 to shoot demonstrators to death. It's a massacre that the regime is, as a last gasp effort, trying to use to intimidate people because of being very thin in their troops, as a last gasp effort. But Iranians are resilient despite what the regime is trying to do. However, the most obvious question is, are we alone in this fight, or will this time the world respond to this brutality and come to their help and assist them to make sure that this time they will win, and this regime, which is on the verge of collapse, will finally concede and end this atrocity?
Well, the Iranian people appear to be listening to your calls for these protests. How are you communicating with people inside Iran, given that there has been this total blackout?
Great question, because there is literally a total blackout, and I am, just so you guys know, anytime I talk to, or not anytime, but a lot of the Persians I talk to, they cannot talk to their family or anyone they know in Iran. So they don't know if people are okay over there. They have no idea what's going on. So we're just curious, how is he in contact with people?
As of now, nearly 3 days ago, when the internet blackout occurred, obviously communication to Iran has been limited to satellite broadcast. My recent messages in the last 48 hours has been carried out by an outlet called Iran International, which broadcasts messages into Iran. Before that, it was, of course, the use of social media platforms such as Instagram or Telegram, which, of course, now is impossible for people to have access to. Some people have limited access via Starlink. The regime is using military jamming to also...
I'm going to answer a quick question here. Andrew in the chat says, it's been 50 years. What does he mean to the average Iranian? Well, the something that's kind of unfortunate is there's no other voice. The Persians don't have another leader. They don't have someone else that they can chant for, that they can, some other name they can call, or something else that they can scream for. And this guy is all they know. And he's been advocating for this his whole life. Some have wanted him to advocate harder. Some people are very much happy with how he's been advocating, because they feel that why he shouldn't be advocating too hard. He doesn't want people to die out there, and There's just a lot of different positions that are being taken on Reza Pahlavi, and quite frankly, there's literally no other person that is there, that is present. No other person. Can you guys think of another Persian leader in the world besides Pahlavi? As a Persian, I'm a Persian. To you Persians that may know or not know, or I don't know, can you think of another person? You can't. There's literally nobody else. State line, I don't know. I don't know if he's saying the names. Someone said Ahmadinejad. I think you've lost it, bro. Ahmadinejad. No.
Also try to disturb Starlink from operating in Iran. Further than that,
here's another person says Israel agent and all this stuff. Here's the funniest part is because I'm doing what I do with live streaming, you guys see it, state line, and everyone in my chat sees it. Every other day someone calls me an Israel agent. So you guys are so quick to call people Israel agents when it makes no sense whatsoever that we don't believe anybody anymore. Just like when you guys run around calling Trump Nazi and call everyone in the conservative party, everyone on the right, a Nazi and a Hitler and all that. We don't even listen to it anymore. It doesn't make any sense. You guys are just completely stupid, retarded. It's like retard level shit. And now you guys are calling this guy an Israel agent. I've heard that before. I've heard all kinds of stuff. You guys call me Israel. You guys call each other Israel agents. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I think this whole Israel agent, Israel paid, Israel thing, AIPAC thing, I think it's blown way out of proportion, and everyone has completely lost their minds about Israel. And I'm not Jewish. I'm not religious. I'm not anything related. And I said this before, I'll say it again. If anything, some parts of my family and ancestry was like Muslim. I hate Islam. I'm not Jewish. I don't hate Jews. I don't hate the religion. I don't hate the people. I don't hate the country. What, now I'm a Zionist because of that? I'm paid by Israel because of that? You guys are crazy. And now this guy's paid just because we're happy to get help from dude, Israel's literally the only other country willing to help Persians. Yeah, Golbanov says, people are confused, man. Like, at the protest, someone thought Khomeini is Shah. Like, there's a lot of, wacky things out there.
That the regime is now basically walking into people's home, trying to confiscate even their...
Someone says he's never had a job in 45 years. You clown. Call me a clown. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. It's okay. You guys don't have to remove this guy from the chat. I want to hear more people's opinions. So I want to be a little bit more liberal with how we're running the chat today. Unless it's out of control. I mean, you guys know what's up. But yeah, listen, his qualification and his this and that and all that kind of stuff, to me and to the people of Iran, it's not as important as you think. For example, right now, England has a queen. Is she running the country? Is the queen running the country? No. What's up, Aquarium? Golbanov says, I'm with you. No religion for me. I agree. No religion for me. Yeah, no religion for me. I'm not down. I've just not been convinced that, I need to, be on any religion. Oh, Miss Medication is here.
I'm coming.
She's jumping, and she probably heard us talking about some stuff that she's mad about. She's like, "Oh, I want to go tell him something." What?
No. I just wanted to just.
Oh, you just want to be here? Yeah. Here, let me put your mic on. Hang on. So.
I'm not wearing makeup. Don't judge me.
Here, scoot in.
Oh my God, these chairs are so annoying.
I know. I got these crazy chairs, and they're just like too wide.
They're like big booty hoes.
You're gonna obviously need to scoot in, so always remember.
Let me just go get the other chair.
Anyway, guys, let's hit play and let's listen to what he's saying. But no, I'm not Israel. This guy, I don't think he's Israel, and it's like getting annoying.
And that's
honestly,
such a lame,
it's like getting
lame
exhausting.
thing to say when somebody doesn't like agree with you. It's like it's freedom of speech. We're allowed to say whatever the hell we want to say. Okay, I'm back.
Yes, Golban Afshe is asking, these people are saying 45 years, no crown prince. Is that toward, and no job, is that towards a crown prince? Yes, Golban Afshe, they're saying the crown prince hasn't had a job in 45 years. I say.
Who cares? Here's other stuff.
I say the Queen of England.
Yeah.
The Queen of England. Is she running the country? No.
Where's the chat?
You got to chat here.
No, I like the chat here and then put us here. I'm a very
Look,
bossy person.
she's already coming in here bossing us around, guys. Are we gonna sit here and take it? No.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Did she die? The Queen of England is dead? The Queen is dead? Oh, never mind. I'm gone. I'm lost.
But only recently, right?
King Charles and Queen Camilla. Britain has a king. King Charles is the king. Okay. Has that guy had a job? Has that guy had a job, by the way?
In general, though, I just posted a thing that like Reza has been to war, right? He said that he was in the Iraq war. I just posted a clip.
I don't think so.
Yeah, watch this video that he just did an interview.
How could he be in the Iraq war? He was exiled by
Hold
the time.
Hold on, guys. Just watch this video. Can I send it to you? Can I send it to you?
You're welcome to send it to me. But
Okay.
Their satellite
Because I'm
dishes.
bad at stuff like this, you know? I don't listen. Just kidding. This one. Okay, I sent it to you.
I'm playing it right now. We're watching it. So let me hit play. We're going to watch this a little bit more and then we'll keep going.
One.
They're trying to do anything possible to cut off our competitors from the outside world. So this is really what we are faced with in terms of challenge. Nevertheless, the people are resilient. As you said, they are responding to my call. At their ask, I've stepped in to lead this period of transition and, of course, the combat in which we are right now. I have called on Iranian key sectors in the oil and gas industry, in the transportation industry, to join with the people and go on strikes. We are trying to, beyond controlling the major arteries and streets of major cities, providing them with certain goals to achieve and try to neutralize the regime's propaganda capability, which of course has to do with some aspects that deals with internet access or for their own media broadcasts within Iran. We're trying to do what we can as unarmed civilians against this brutal regime.
Reza, let me ask you that we have seen these protests and attempted revolutions in the past, the Green Revolution in 2009, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2022 with Mahsa Amini, and then 2023. What makes this one different?
One is that today the ask is not just for reform or, for that matter, an economic demand. It is now putting an end to this regime. This is really the revolution in its true sense of the word. And number two, I think that unlike some predecessors to the current president of the United States, he's a man that means what he says and says what he means. And I think people believe in that. So do I. I think this president knows what's at stake. The red lines that was drawn has been definitely surpassed by this regime. Although the regime, out of weakness, is yet again trying to trick the world into thinking that we are ready to negotiate once again and attempt to create a false climate of expectation in the outside world to sort of hope that this movement will taper off. But people are committed. We have no place to return. We have to move on, and we hope that this time we have.
You were saying you think he said that he was in war?
I don't know. I watched it really quick right now.
Yeah, we got to watch it.
Solidarity in the world. I know a lot of people around the world have shown their sympathy and support of the Iranian people. I've heard many government leaders in Europe and elsewhere express their outrage and concern. But Nora, what's important is that the people on the street in Iran today say, we are past condemnations, we are past resolution, we are.
Golbanafsha says he volunteered to go fight during the war between Iran and Iraq.
And he'll say it in that clip. You know, he says, like, I already put my life in, you know.
Gotcha. And I got some guy in the chat trying to cuss us out in some other language, which he thinks he's Persian, but he's not, bro.
What is he speaking?
He's like some Pakistani guy, I think, in the chat, bro. What a dumbass. What a dumbass, bro.
Are past the stage of offering sympathy. We need action to be taken. The Iranians are fighting a fight defenseless and unarmed against an extremely brutal regime. The game changer would be for this regime to know that they cannot rely anymore on a continued campaign of repression without the world reacting to it. That's the game changer right there and then. And as I speak to you, people in Iran are still going back to the street to fight.
You brought up that word, what would be the game changer? And CBS News has learned that President Trump has been briefed on options for military strikes in Iran. He's going to get an updated briefing from his top military advisor and his Secretary of State on Tuesday. And the president has already said that he has some very...
Louis is right, bro. Persian Spring, it's time. We're getting close, bro. And someone else said...
The best time.
Someone else said U.S. Israel toppling regimes. No, dude. Persians have been protesting their government ever since 1979, ever since it was in place. This is not about Israel and U.S. If Israel and U.S. choose to back up their people that are being killed around the world, the Persians in this case, amazing.
Nice try. Play again.
Yep.
Very strong options for Iran. Here's what he said on Air Force One last night when he was asked if Iran has crossed a red line. Let's listen.
There seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it. And we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination.
Reza, I heard you say this weekend that the U.S. should, quote, cut the snake's head off for good and, quote, make sure this regime goes down for good. Are you pushing?
This guy says Persians need help from USA because Islam is a death cult.
True.
Yep.
Fact.
Did you need something there?
No, I was confused about all of you.
President Trump to initiate regime change.
The president is clear when he says that he stands with the Iranian people. And he, like anybody else, believes, and so do I, that ultimately it's the Iranian people who determine their own fate, and it should be at their hand that change is brought. So
that's a good point. It's the Iranian people that choose their fate, and it's at their hand that change is brought. What's up, Quantum Ice? Good to see you, bro. I think you were here earlier, but I just missed it.
And you gave such a good fact.
Yeah. He says Islam is seeping into U.S. communities, unfortunately. That's very true.
It's so disappointing.
I want to put this, whoever said this in the chat. Who's this? Where is it at, bro? Okay, right here. True Wizard Texas said the U.S.-Persian alliance would benefit the world. 1,000% a U.S.-Iran-Persian alliance would change the world. It would benefit the whole world. Iran is a terrorist state that is funding other terrorists around the world, training other terrorists around the world to go do its bad bidding. It's a disaster. It's been a disaster for the whole world ever since it was put in power.
Yep.
And now it's time to distinguish it. And if we distinguish it, it will benefit not only Iran and Persians and that area of the Middle East, it'll benefit America probably more than anything. Mm-hmm. Probably more than anything, to be honest.
Solidarity with the Iranian people is ultimately supporting them in their ask. And their ask is that this regime has to go And we have to overcome the obstacles by putting an end to it, and ultimately, as a result of that liberation, be able to finally be unshackled and free to establish a democratic alternative and come back to the world of nations that can work together for a different future of regional stability and peace and good relationship with our neighbors.
Regional stability and peace, good relationship with our neighbors. Those are all the things we're talking about.
Imagine a world like that.
That's what it is. And that's exactly what we're talking about right now.
Can't wait to see it. It's seriously beneficial for so many people.
Yeah, that would be, and that's this guy in the chat, Abdi, says, is Iran ready for a king? I think Iran is ready for no more Islamic regime. And if there's a king that comes in place that helps a transition with a government that's going to be a constitutional republic or a constitutional monarchy or something that resembles, again, America or resembles England, something like that, that's, I mean, heaven sent. That's heaven sent.
Literally, it's the best outcome. Right now, they're literally living in scum with Islam. I don't know if that rhymed or not, but yeah, it definitely is not.
Islam and scum, I think we can make it work, yeah.
And what State Line says, it's so true. It's so disappointing seeing some of the comments under like Mehdi's videos and stuff. It makes you lose faith in humanity. It's sad seeing some comments and mindsets, delusions. They're all delusional. They are delusional.
State Line is totally right. And Golbanov is right. Islam is a disease. Golbanov also says the referendum will show what majority want. Exactly. The referendum will show what the majority want. And the majority want freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to a fair trial. And one thing that I always tell everybody, and Golbanov, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, and other Persians, and everyone else, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. Iran needs to have the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they need the right to bear arms so that they can make sure they can keep all these other rights: freedom of speech, a freedom to a free press, free religion, right to fair trials. All of those things are absolute minimums. Human rights, absolute minimums. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that. She agrees. I like that. Okay. You don't have to agree, by the way. I don't get mad at people that don't agree with me. I just want to throw that out there. If anyone doesn't agree with me, you don't have to. You know, this is why we do this, is to bring it all out and talk about stuff. But I'm glad you agree. That's good.
With the Israelis, with our Arab neighbors, and bring that stability that is also in the best interest of America and the United States from a strategic viewpoint and ultimately in an economic sense in the future. So this is what's at stake right here. The opportunity is there.
And as you are urging people
here.
Yeah, this guy says, this guy is funny. This guy in the chat. He said, this guy's funny. There isn't a single Middle Eastern country that allows citizens to bear arms. Guess
exactly.
What? Guess why? Because none of them are Persians. The only country in the Middle East that we're talking about right now is the only country that's Persian. Every other Middle Eastern country
What do you mean?
Is not Iranian.
What do you mean? I don't get that. What did he say?
He said that this guy, talking about me. Here, let me just read it again.
Because they're Persian. I didn't understand your reply.
My reply, I know. I'll tell you what.
I was doing my yeah.
I know your hair flip. He says, this guy's funny. There isn't a single Middle Eastern country that allows citizens to bear arms. And I'm saying, yeah, all the other Middle Eastern countries are Arab.
And they don't allow people to bear.
They don't allow them to bear arms.
Okay, but I don't get it still. I'm so dumb right now.
And all the other, okay, my point is don't equate Persians and Iranians with all the other countries in the Middle East, bro. It's not the same.
Yeah.
We are not the same.
We are not Arabs.
We're not Arabs, and you can. I know there's this big blob called the Middle East to everyone in their mind.
Understand where we're from.
But we're not Arabs, and if Arabs have whatever it is that they have in place and they are capable of it or not, that's up to them. Persians, in my opinion, are capable of it, and they they're in this predicament right now, and they've been in this predicament for the last 47 years because they don't have weapons to protect themselves against a tyrannical government.
Yeah, exactly why Middle East is stupid. Somebody who is a Sandman said, funny how the Democratic, I think Demon Rat means Democratic Party, does not support the Iranians and Venezuelan people who want freedom. It's because actually the Democratic Party does not support freedom. They literally are all about oppression. In every way, form, even in the United States, they do that to their people. It's insane.
Well, think about this. Who's oppressing Iranians right now in Iran?
What?
Who
I need to sleep.
in Iran? What is this whole uprising of the Iranian people? Who are they against?
What do you mean the regime?
The government, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What is the government? Islam.
Yeah.
Islam is the oppressor of the Iranian people, and it has been the oppressor of the Iranian people for the last 47 years, right?
Yes.
Guess who the Democrats love?
Those people.
Islam.
Yeah.
Muslims.
Yeah. Even though most Democrats are like, gay and all those, things that in Islam, you get stoned to death. Like, Islam doesn't even love women.
Or thrown off buildings.
Yeah. So
it's the wildest thing. Islam is the one oppressing all the Iranians for 47 years. And Golbanov says they stayed in power by killing people. And they are oppressing all kinds of people all over, in the Middle East and all over the world.
Yep.
They took power in England, and what are they doing in England? They're
doing exactly that.
They're doing exactly that. Islam is in England putting people in jail for speaking their mind.
So gross. It is so gross.
And the Democrat Party in England loves them.
Oh my God. Yeah. Actually, I have some people I follow that, they're like acquaintances, they're Persian acquaintances on my Instagram feed, and they're Democrats, right? And they are literally, they're seeing their own bloodline dying, right now. And they are literally posting about Trump, anti this, anti that. Like, they are the scum of the earth. After this, I'm literally taking names. After this, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop following you losers. You're literally losers. You need to get off my page. You're taking up a lot of my energy, and it's just not worth it anymore. I'm like almost like, no, I'm not 40. But you know what I mean? I'm like in my mid-30s, and it's time to let go. Cut, snip, snip.
Yeah.
Mehdi loves to cut, snip, snip, but I'm going to do it too.
Yep. I'm going to give you guys a couple little bits from Instagram. A couple of the Persian women are telling us. So Mimi Mahtab is saying, Islam says that women are animals. Islam says you can hit your wife if she disobeys their husband. Golbanov is making it clear, in Islam, 3 women are equal to 1 man. 3 women in Islam are equal to 1 man.
Wait, what does that mean? Oh, you mean like they believe that 3 bodies is to 1 man? What? That's fucked up.
Yes. In some cases, I've seen 2, but the real thing I think is 3. Yeah.
Only retards think that. Everybody knows a woman, has more power.
David Neely said something that is what I've heard as well. Patrick bet David for president of Iran. I've heard of that.
Okay, but no, we're not doing that right now.
Well, I'm just saying.
Maybe one day we'll talk about it.
I'm just saying that. But here's the point that I bring up all the time: is us Iranians. One of the problems that we have is we are quick to shoot down people, or not to shoot down people. We're quick to write off people just because they say one thing we don't like to hear.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I said we'll talk about it another time.
That's why right now we don't have another viable person that would be like someone we could choose from.
Except the people of Iran, majority are asking for the Shah back. So you first need to give them what they want, okay? And then we could talk about, democracy and voting and da-da-da and do-do-do and all the fun stuff that we have rights to here,
State Line says PBD supports the Shah.
Wow, Mimi.
Yeah, that's great. Crazy dude. Iranians hate Bet David. That crazy. Yeah. Well, Iranians right now are mad at Patrick Bet David, and that's one thing Golbanov shit that I'm gonna want to talk about is because I'm not mad at Patrick Bet David. I'm not mad at him. And it's precisely because of what I said before is I think we're allowed to have difference of opinion and still be okay with each other.
PBD does support the Shah.
He does.
He just wanted him to be,
stronger.
And it's because PBD is like a businessman. It is what it is,
PBD is very, very blunt.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you how he feels. And I agree with some of his criticisms of the Shah, that the Shah came onto his podcast twice in the last couple of years. And he said specifically, the Shah said, I don't want to be the prince. I don't want to be the king.
Yeah.
He was reading MEK's report, but it doesn't mean he's MEK. Everyone wants to say, oh, he's MEK just because he read a report. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people being mad at PBD. I would even go as far as to say that, honestly, if it wasn't for PBD, some of this stuff wouldn't be happening for Iranians. Because PBD gave, you guys got to think about this, PBD gave the Shah, at that time that he gave him those 2 interviews, those were the most viewed interviews the Shah ever had in his life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, people don't know that. You know what I mean? Because they don't necessarily watch him before. Actually, a lot of people didn't even know who he was.
They didn't even know who Reza Pahlavi was until PBD came
No,
in.
I'm saying they don't even know who PBD is. Some of the Reza Pahlavi people
the Pahlavi
don't even.
guys,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to think that you have to be mindful of both sides.
Yeah,
Of why
but
people think the way they think.
say,
Like my mom didn't know who
I know
PBD
your mom
was.
is your mom is
And
mad
she was mad at me today in the car. I was just saying, no, you have to hear all sides and stuff. And she's like, shut up. This is Shah's. I'm like, oh, okay. I understand. I agree.
My mom too. My mom's mad at PBD too. My mom's like, no, PBD said this and he's not, no, we don't like PBD anymore. And I'm like, dude, I get it, but check this out. You've been watching PBD just the last couple of days. I've been following PBD for 10, 15 years. I've been listening to him talk about Iran with love.
Yeah. And the Shah, actually, and the dad,
And the Shah and his father. PBD literally has the Shah's father is the center of his artwork that he paid lots of money to have made.
I agree. Gol Banafsh. This is like our king, right? It's the son of our king. We need to have some respect. I do agree with that part.
I do agree with that too. But when the Shah came on his podcast twice and said, I don't want to be the person leading Iranians, twice, and PBD wanted him to be the guy. And PBD, that's why PBD asked him many, many times, what if this? How about that? How about this?
Yeah.
He still said no. And I watched it years ago, or I think it was 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, the first one. And I was disappointed. I said, man, this is the Shah's son. I want him to be.
But now I feel like he's changed his mind. So it's okay. People are allowed to develop into what they're supposed to become.
I agree.
Every year we're better versions of ourselves, even me and you.
Yeah. But also another thing is, Reza Pahlavi was waiting for people to ask for him. He didn't want to go and shove himself onto people. He wanted to wait for people to say, okay, we want him. He didn't want to force it.
Yeah.
So I respect that too. So that's why there's a lot of different ways to look at this. And I think being upset at PBD, to me, is not my thing, because I've watched PBD for years. Nothing but love for Iran and Iranians. He had nothing but love for the Shah, nothing but love for the Reza Pahlavi. Actually gave him the biggest platform he's ever had in his life, twice in a row.
Yep.
So anyway.
Let's watch. I want to get to the part where he said.
Okay.
Protest and go to the streets. The death toll is rising in Iran. This violent crackdown continues just as it has in past attempted revolutions. I mean, is it responsible to be sending citizens in Iran to their deaths? Do you bear some responsibility?
As I said, this is a war, and war has casualties. In fact, in order to preserve and protect and minimize the death toll, minimize innocent victims yet again be killed by this regime, action is needed. The regime is going to try and brutalize its citizenry as it has always done. But we are in a fight for liberation. I didn't ask the people to come to the streets to fight against the regime because I wanted so. They asked me to step in to help them and to be their voice on the outside world, to do everything that we can so we make this uprising successful this time. And I think we have some serious leaders that understand what is necessary, that understand the ask of the Iranian people and are responding to that. I think President Trump is responding to the call that the Iranian people have. The Iranian people have heard his words. They are naming streets after him in Iran. There's a difference. They know he's no Barack Obama or Joe Biden. And that's why they do have a higher expectation, and we'll see what happens. And as you say, I think the president has a decision to make fairly soon. We're doing what we need to do regardless of whether help will come or not. I'm just stating that the best way to ensure that there will be less people killed in Iran is to intervene sooner so this regime finally collapses and puts an end to all the problems that we are facing. We are at war, and we have to make sure that we are victorious.
Guys, Miss Medication just got up and went and talked. Our guest just arrived. So our guest is coming on. She just arrived. She's the one that was on the U-Haul truck, literally on the shoulders and going on top that you see literally on Fox News and everywhere. Like she's going to come sit down with us right now. So just give her a few minutes and she'll be right with us.
There's no way back for us. We know that as Iranians.
And Reza, are you communicating directly with President Trump or members of the Trump administration?
Yes, we are.
And what has been your message?
I think the president said it best. He said, we'll see what happens. And I think part of the consideration is that they already know what we propose as an alternative, as a transition. Right now, the focus is on the immediate issue. I think the world is waiting to see in what way the Iranian people will see that they are not alone in this fight, and that the regime that has dared a response will probably get an answer fairly soon. And that's important to embolden a nation. Look, any campaigns of liberation has occurred at the time that the world finally took the side of those people vis-a-vis oppressive regimes. That put an end to apartheid in South Africa. It put an end to the Soviet Union and liberated countries that were stuck behind the Iron Curtain. There's precedence in history. And I think Iran should not be the exception. In fact, the game changer for the whole region is Iran. And Iranians are fighting this fight not just to liberate themselves. They know that as a result of Iran's liberation, the whole world will breathe easier.
He's right. The whole world will breathe easier. And I want to say something here because someone just said that what Islam invented, and I'm about to squash that. Check this out. You ready for this? First of all, I'm going to put this on the chat because we want to make Iran great again. Thank you, Mr. Funky. This guy, Peter Paul Pipel, says Islam invented, for example, soap and hygiene against all filthy things back in the day, back in the past. They were more educated than us in the past. I say this as a Christian. False. Peter, that's not true. Islam, let me explain something to you guys. Islam conquered Persians. When they conquered Persians, the Persians were already down and out, okay? Because they were getting crushed all by all different sides. It was like at the time the Persian Empire was finally coming down. And then Arabs came and with their Islam and their barbarism, and they took over Persian Empire. They converted all of the Persians to Islam, and it was then that these inventions and these numerals and the numbers and the math and all that kind of stuff came about, algebra. All of that stuff is from Persians that were conquered by Islam and were forced to become Islamic or they'd be killed.
That there's
Islam didn't invent shit, bro. Get out of here with that.
stability that the whole world is.
They conquered Persians, and the Persians' inventions they claimed as their own.
Looking for will finally achieve, because unlike this regime that has always hated America and its allies, the Iranian people are supportive and want to be a friend of America and the rest of the world, of course.
Reza, one thing we have talked about is what is different about this particular revolution or this uprising. And one thing is that now many of the protests are rallying behind you, chanting slogans with your name in it. And I know you had talked about wanting to lead a transition. But I want to ask you about that, because here is what the Wall Street Journal wrote over the weekend. They said this: the 65-year-old Pahlavi's prominence is a departure from previous bouts of protest, when the heir to the controversial dynasty was rarely referenced. His father, who ruled Iran from the 1940s, was widely despised in Iran for his autocratic rule, his political repression, and what critics saw as his subservience to the U.S. Few analysts think Pahlavi has a real path to the throne or leadership in Iran. His improved reputation in recent years says more about the mounting discontent with the Islamic Republic than it does about a genuine desire by Iranians for a return of the monarchy, analysts said. So I want to allow you to respond to that, Reza. Why would you be the right person to lead such a transition? And why should people trust you to return the country of 90 million people and bring them towards a democracy?
Well, it's interesting the way you characterize it, because if the people did not actually believe that I can be the person doing that for them, or the person to be trusted, there wouldn't be the millions on the streets of Iran, in the four corners of Iran, chanting my name and asking my return. They do. And that should be indicative of the reality on the grounds. But why is it that I offer my service to Iran? I'm answering their call. I've stepped in to lead this transition, and I have a plan for that. I have a whole host of people who are helping us, lawyers.
This is very true here. Mike just said it in the chat. He said the majority of Iranians are in their 20s and want nothing to do with the way the country is being run and want to be free like the United States. But that's literally what's happening right now, man. They want to be free like America. That's what they want. That, by the way, guys, Persians in Iran love Trump. Love Trump so much. They're literally themselves, they're creating street signs, and they're covering their own street signs, naming streets after Trump.
Jurists, economic experts. So we're not just talking about a regime that needs to go, we're also talking about what's the alternative. And in terms of the political
Shabir Ahmed, are you illegal, bro? Should we call ICE on you?
Alternative. It's a constitutional process. The interim government will be able to organize free elections.
Green Substances bag. What up, bro? Persians for Trump, baby. Persians for Trump.
The people can send their representative in a constituent assembly to ultimately debate what ought to be and the final form that a future democratic secular system in Iran should take. I'm not here to advocate for a republic or a monarchy. I'm here to be the honest broker above the fray in complete neutrality, making sure, however, that we have a fully transparent democratic transition. But the expectation of Iranians is to be able to have a smooth transition, to be able to have a stable transition, and that is why a big part of my campaign depends on having, unlike other scenarios of regime change in the region that did not pan out so well, the Iranian scenario includes maximum defections of elements that can be part of the solution. That is why I've launched this campaign many months ago, and we had over tens of thousands of respondents, members in the military, paramilitary forces, and the civil bureaucracy. that will be able to be part of the solution in the future, so long as their hands is not soiled with the blood of the Iranian people. And that is something that will bring people a sense of confidence that they're responding to my call, that they can trust me in this. And I intend to do exactly what I said, to help them achieve that end. I'm a bridge and not the destination at this point.
But Reza, how can you promise and how can you make people?
Great question coming up. Trump is trying to make Western Hemisphere safer for this country. 100%. Talk about Greenland, China, Russia, Venezuela, a new government in Iran, a constitutional republic in Iran, constitutional monarchy, however you whatever goes down will mean a safer Western Hemisphere for sure.
People who may doubt what's next with you in charge of a transition, that this will not be a return to a monarchy, that this will not be a future autocratic government?
Because they have followed my path and my track record for 46 years. From the very beginning, they know what I stood for. What I tell you today, Nora, is what I said 40 years ago. I've been a man of my word, and I'm my own man. And that's why they know who they're dealing with. It was difficult for them to have that information, but today's generation of young Iranians know even more about me than people of my own age. The fact is that they have followed me all these years. They understand where it is that I'm coming from. They understand my vision, and most importantly, my commitment to a democratic alternative. I live my life, most of my life, Nora, in a democratic world. I've seen the importance of institutions. Understand the importance.
It's interesting to see him in this interview because he's talking stronger than he's talked before. It looks like what PBD has said about him has put a fire under his butt. It's nice to see. This is something that Persians were waiting to see from him for a long time. It's good to see that.
Importance of checks and balance. I understand what it takes to guarantee a society that we don't deviate from a democratic path, and what's necessary to be done fundamentally, institutionally. It's not about somebody in charge at the top of a pyramid. It takes much more than that to maintain democracy. I've learned it. I prepared for it. I trained for it. And that's why I think that trust that you hear now in me is because they understand me, my goal, and what it is that I'm offering. And I'm responding to their call. I'm responding to their ask to step in and lead them. They call my name. They don't call somebody else's name. And that puts a huge load on my shoulder that I intend to discharge in the best of my abilities to heed their call and be a servant of my people and my nation.
But Reza, you have not been back to Iran in nearly 50 years, half a century. What would it mean for you to go back?
The whole world. Look, I've never felt detached from my homeland. I've always been in touch with my fellow compatriots, literally on a daily basis, in various ways. And, you know, as time went by, and we all now have a step to take back and look at the perspective of things, where Iran was going, where it happened since then, and where can we go from
Sean Kearns is right. Jimmy Carter and the Democrats were anti-Shah.
here. There's a whole host of experience that we have all gone through. And now we have a pretty good picture of where we want to be. We know
Reza,
exactly what we
I heard
want
you say
and what we
over
don't want.
Forgive me, Reza, I heard you say over the weekend that
100%. I had to just explain this twice today. On two separate occasions, I had to explain United States is a constitutional republic, not a democracy.
you are willing to die for this cause. What does that mean?
Yes. But look, the first time I was ready to die for a cause when I volunteered to join the Iranian Air Force during the Iraqi attack on Iran and the breaking of the Iran-Iraq war, when the revolutionary government of Khomeini was already in place. And I volunteered to join the Iranian Air Force during the Iraqi attack on Iran and the breaking of the Iran-Iraq war.
Oh, they just said it. Mismedication. He just said the part you want to hear.
Sorry.
He just said the part that...
Right?
When the revolutionary
No.
government of Khomeini was already in place.
It's okay.
My
I
patriotic
don't
duty
apologize.
was
I look like a boy.
asking me to, as a pilot, to go and fight alongside. It was already in place. My Iranian to join the Iranian
Cause.
Right here.
What does that mean?
Yes, but look, The first time I was...
That mean that you say
and what we
over
don't
the...
want.
Forgive me, Riza, I heard you say over the weekend that you are willing to die for this cause. What does that mean?
Yes. But look, the first time I was ready to die for a cause when I volunteered to join the Iranian Air Force during the Iraqi attack on Iran and the breaking of the Iran-Iraq war, when the revolutionary government of Khomeini was already in place. My patriotic duty
So he did it or he didn't?
asking...
He volunteered.
I understand, but was he able to do it?
No.
Oh, they didn't let him.
No.
Oh, I thought when you
No,
say I
bro.
volunteered, it means I volunteered. It's not, oh, I went to go volunteer.
Yeah.
It's two different wordings. I volunteered, like if I say I volunteered at a homeless shelter, it means I actually did it.
Yep.
Volunteered is a past tense.
Yeah, but he said he volunteered, but he didn't go there. He put his name in that he would do it.
I see.
Yeah, and Sandman, thanks for subscribing, bro.
me to, as a pilot, to go and fight alongside my military brethren in that war. I was prepared to die then. I'm prepared to die now. There's no greater cause for that, the liberty.
That's
and what is my
major
life
for him
when
to
I'm
say
thinking
that.
of me?
To say what?
I was prepared to die then. I'm prepared to die now for my country.
Yeah.
That's major.
Yeah.
Millions of young Iranians who today call my name. This young girl who a doctor in Tehran was operating on because she was shot in the face with bullets that had broken her jaw. The doctor said, where are you going? He said, I'm going back to the street. I'm going back and I'm going to the streets and I wait until Reza, my leader, comes back and saves us. That's the degree of commitment they have. How could I not possibly be unprepared to die for them, to die for liberty, to die for saving our nation? I'm prepared to do that. I've trained for it all my life. I prepared for it all my life. And maybe this is a time that I can be there alongside them to fight the final battle.
Reza, when I have talked to my sources in the region about what is happening in Iran, they point out that there has been this cycle that we talked about, starting with the Green Revolution in 2009.
Okay, man.
And every year.
Okay, man, I'll go ahead and do sub only. Sogo, did you want to come on? We are on subscriber only mode, guys. Now we're going to clean up chat a little bit.
And what occurs is people rise up in Iran wanting change. And then there is this violent crackdown with hundreds, thousands killed. And then it fizzles out because there are not cracks in the regime. There is not a crack and fissure within the elite. What can you say today that makes this any different? There's no sign yet that there have been any cracks in the regime.
Well, that's not accurate. There has been cracks in the regime. Defections are beginning to occur. In fact, as I said, there have been an outreach of elements that I've already said that are prepared to do that at significant levels of authority, both in the armed forces side as well as the civilians. They know that this regime is on the verge of collapse. They need to be ensured that they can really have a place in the transition, a place beyond this regime. And that's exactly the kind of dialogue we have with those elements. Khamenei, the first thing that happened during the 12-day war, he was hitting on the ground in a bunker. They are gearing up to escape from the country. They're loading up planes to take off and maybe end up in exiling themselves. That's how close it is. This is when we get intel from inside the secret meetings within, we call it Beit Rahbari, which is the supreme leaders, sort of inner circle of decision making. There's a lot of demoralized people sitting right there, including Khamenei himself. As I said, they're just using brutality just to hope that they can yet again intimidate the country and in total obscurity go ahead and do whatever they want to do. But what's different this time is people have had it. They're committed to liberate themselves. And I think Iranians know that unlike the past that they were thrown under the bus, at least under two different administrations, the first time in 2009 and Barack Obama was in charge, and lately under the Biden administration, which basically gave the regime, in a mode of appeasement, an opportunity to gather second steam. It's not going to happen this time. It's too much at stake. to let this regime survive. It's not just us knowing it. I think many serious leaders in the world know that. And that's the difference between what happened before and the way it can happen this time.
And with
Sandman says the Iranian army must revolt, and they're starting to. There are reports, I think he says it himself, that thousands of them decided not to go to work, part of the army. So that's starting to happen right now.
you public.
And then someone else says leftists are going to take up arms under the Second Amendment. I've seen videos of leftists that are like talking about taking up arms against ICE. I think they're out of their minds. They're going to be reported and they're going to be put in jail.
Calling for these protests and saying that you will be the leader of this transition. You have made yourself the face of this opposition in many ways. And I want to ask you, because Bobby Ghosh of Time magazine calls you a Pahlavi pretenders and says that you lack any meaningful organization with Iran. I want to allow you to respond to this. He wrote this, quote, "The Islamic Republic couldn't ask for a better foil than Pahlavi. His visibility allows the regime to portray protesters as tools of foreign powers and the discredited monarchy. Every photo op in Washington, every meeting with Israeli officials, every call for international intervention reinforces the regime's narrative and undermines the legitimacy of the protests." So again, what legitimacy do you have as the opposition?
We're watching Pahlavi give a talk, and so this is a different kind of live. What's up, guys? I have my guest with me. Sogol is here. What is up, Sogol? Come on, scoot in so they can see you. This is the screen where you could see if you're like in there or not. Oh yeah, sorry. And there you go. You want to come? You have to scoot in quite close.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. And then you gotta.
Do I have to put on the headset?
Yeah, put on the headset. I'll take this out of your way. Your chair's a little bit perkier than mine. All right.
And a potential leader of the transition.
Well,
that's your brother-in-law's wife. No, it's not my brother-in-law. Is it brother-in-law's wife? No, it's my. I guess you could kind of call him a brother-in-law, right?
Yeah, no, he is your. Okay, yeah, I was confused, but that's right.
Yes. Here we go. Another. Yep. Eric says, "What another Persian smoke show? Holy shit!"
Again, I refer you to what the people are asking.
There you go. Oh yeah, cousin-in-law. State lines got it.
For
exactly.
On the streets.
So guys, say hi to Sogol. You want to bring this closer so you can hear yourself too and talk to them. If you want to scoot up a little bit, I don't know if it's easier for you, but
no, I'm comfy.
You're comfy? Okay.
I'm comfy. I'm good.
So Sogol was literally on the U-Haul truck, and she was grabbing the stuff and trying to stop this guy from running people over, essentially, I believe. So, and we're actually gonna do a video after this live stream, and we're gonna clear up the air, because if you look at Fox News, you look at all the media, she's literally on the U-Haul, grabbing on it, trying to stop the guy. So it's pretty wild. I'm really glad to have you. Min says I saw her. Yeah. Yeah, so let me just show you what's going on. This right here is what's going on this is like, what we're at right now currently. This is how many, we're at as well overall. This is currently watching. And this is how we look. This is the screen. And this is not a wide one. This is the up and down screen for like phones.
Okay.
So people that are on YouTube that are on their phones, they'll see this up and down.
Yeah, I got
So we're down here, and if you're too close to the edge, like right now you're cool, but if you go too far to the edge, they won't see you because it kind of gets cut off on the edge.
Right.
But we got something up top, and then obviously my subscribers are right here and all that kind of stuff. This is the chat right here, And when people are chatting in here, if you see some kind of chat that you really like that you want me to put up on display, I can, like, for example, N Torge right here says crazy times for calls for crazy measures. You see that? Mm-hmm. If you come over here, if I go here and click this,
Okay, it's
now
gonna pop up on there.
now it's right there.
Got
So
it.
everyone
Okay.
can see,
Okay, I got you.
even though they see it.
Anyway.
So, dude, I know we're gonna do a video about this and stuff. We did a live stream yesterday together, which was really fun. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was last night. It was fun.
That's
It was
cool.
last night.
It was last night. That was a fun little thing together. Maybe I'll pull it up so people can see that a little bit. But give us a little breakdown of, like, what was it like? Like, what the hell happened with that U-Haul thing?
So there was a protest in LA, and then Persians were holding up signs of, like, what they wanted from, like, you know, what they want their governments to be, which is the Shah, or like the king.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm pretty sure all of you guys know this, but when you go to a protest, you just hold up a sign and you start walking. And then we were at the Veterans intersection at LA, where this U-Haul, and then all of the streets were closed off to that street, like to the Wilshire street. And so this U-Haul just turned left into the protesters, and then not like a very soft turn. It was a very harsh turn towards the protesters. And it actually hit a couple of people when people started, like, banging on the U-Haul.
We saw this on the video. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And by the way, Rostam in the chat is saying, "Are you guys Iranian?"
Yes, we are.
Yes,
we're Persians.
Yes, we're Iranian, Persian. You know, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we didn't attack the U-Haul like when the U-Haul came. We said, like, people were like, "Hey, like, you need to back up. Like, this is like you can't park here," basically. And then he was cussing people out. Like, he was like, "Oh, fuck off, like get out, like get, like, you know, like." And then when people kind of turned around the like U-Haul, and then they did see that he has, like, signs on the U-Haul, which kind of pissed people off. They're like, "Oh, okay, this was definitely, like, planned."
It made it even worse. So he was already driving around going crazy into the crowd area, like where everyone's protesting.
Yeah.
And then when people saw the signs, it infuriated people even more.
Someone said the U-Haul had anti-Shah signs, and that's true. Now, a lot of people were kind of saying, "Why did you guys attack the U-Haul?" So the sign said no mullahs and no Shah, so it wasn't like, it was fine if the person was just holding up a sign in the crowd. But I mean, the U-Haul came, we took off the signs, and then the U-Haul just went into the crowd, like further into the crowd.
I saw that. That was nuts. I saw him gas it into the
floored
crowd.
it. Like, he floored
And
it
if I was
into
there,
the
I'd
crowd.
be pissed, dude.
Yeah. So then that pissed people off, because there were also little children and, like, young adults that were, like, crying, because I started chasing the U-Haul because my friend was kind of like onto the U-Haul, so we got, like, super concerned. And so me and my brother started, like, running towards the U-Haul, and we were seeing, like, little kids and, like, young adults that were crying, and they were, like, really scared. And so the crowd finally, like, blocked them off somewhere, because the cops couldn't even do anything. They were too scared that maybe, like, what if he's, like, he has a gun, or what if there's, like, a bomb? Because who would show up to a protest with a U-Haul, you know? So they were kind of concerned. They're like, okay, like, maybe this guy is, like, really dangerous. But people, like, stopped him eventually.
Who knows what was in the truck? Because I was thinking, like, if I was there, I'd be wondering, wait, well, what the hell's going on? Is U-Haul truck, is it, like, full of people in the back?
So
was the
they
back,
actually opened the back.
Did they open it later? Do you remember, or can you remember?
Like, right when they stopped the truck, because people kind of, like, yelled it. They're like, "Hey, what if this guy has a gun?" So then, like, everybody were scared.
Yeah.
So they immediately checked the truck. Like, they rolled up the thing on the back.
So it was closed?
They checked it. Yeah, it was closed. It was fully closed.
It was closed in the back, and they rolled it up later.
They rolled it up later. When they stopped him, they rolled it up later. And then they just started, like, beating him up.
Min in the chat says that what a lot of people say, and this other person says, Drake also says he was MEK commie. He was aligned with the mullah to install the Ayatollah. Do you think that's true?
A lot of people at the protest thought that was the case, to be honest.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what a lot of people are saying.
After he was arrested, I looked him up because I was so curious to know why did he he obviously I think the whole other countries knew that there was going to be a protest on that day in LA, and why did he just drive into the crowd? And I looked him up, and his name is not even Persian. Like, he was speaking Farsi at the protest, but his name was not even Persian. It was
I saw the name. I don't even know what kind of name that is.
I can't tell where it's even from.
Could he be like a Persian that's like from like a suburbs and like one of those kind of like other kind of Persians? No?
No.
Oh,
Definitely not.
okay.
Definitely not.
Okay. Interesting.
No, there was not. There was supposed to be no traffic. Like they closed up. Oh, Jennifer, I know her from last night.
Yeah.
No, they closed. They
And
they
Min.
had
Min was there last night too.
Yeah, they put the tapes. They completely closed. I mean, there were even some cars like stopping at like the end of the streets, just watching the protest from like the inside of their cars. But there were no cars allowed in the street, like in the actual streets.
He somebody said were they Arab, was he Arab or Persian? We don't know. He was speaking Farsi, so you would assume he's Persian.
Yeah.
But the name is just not Persian, so I don't know what that means. I'm gonna pull up a couple. So we watched this video with
Whose name are they
Pahlavi.
writing on the walls? Whose name are they chanting in the streets? I mean, I'm sure you have monitored the footages that came up in Iran in the last.
Have you seen this interview?
No.
Oh, this was a good interview. She really asked him some tough questions, and she just asked him a tough question right here. Here, while
The regime's Israel quote calls anyway transitions
Listen to
pro
this.
Way leaders in the world happened this time.
and saying that you will be the leader of this transition. You have made yourself the face of this opposition in many ways. And I want to ask you, because Bobby Ghosh of Time magazine calls you a Pahlavi pretenders and says that you lack any meaningful organization with Iran. I want to allow you to respond to this. He wrote this, quote, "The Islamic Republic couldn't ask for a better foil than Pahlavi. His visibility allows the regime to portray protesters as tools of foreign powers and the discredited monarchy. Every photo op in Washington, every meeting with Israeli officials, every call for international intervention reinforces the regime's narrative and undermines the legitimacy of the protests." So again, what legitimacy do you have as the opposition and a potential leader of the transition?
Well, again, I refer you to what the people are asking.
Now, mind you, she's already asked this question two other different kind of ways, and he's responded to it. You know, and so now he's having to respond to it again, and you'll see what he says. I just barely was listening to this.
Asking for on the streets. Whose name are they writing on the walls? Whose name are they chanting in the streets? I mean, I'm sure you have monitored the footages that came up in Iran in the last few weeks. Of course, the regime is going to try to build a narrative that would discredit me or attack me. In fact, they have committed agents to do exactly that, and for mainstream media to then again buy into that false narrative. But I refer you to the people on the streets in Iran in the four corners. They are very clear in what they're asking and identifying with who they want them to lead in the process. And yours truly's name is the only name that appears. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to cash in anything. I'm just telling you this is why I respond to their call. And I accept their ask for me to play my role in helping them in that process. That's the reality on the grounds. And I don't think that the regime in any kind of trickery or the apologists for the regime, and we know who they are, who have for long tried to lobby against Iranians who try to liberate their country and try to justify why this regime has to continue to be in place, won't be able to have a true case to offer. My case is made by the people in Iran themselves. And I'm just there to help them. And I know we will succeed despite the regime attempts to try to discredit me or the movement in whatever ambitions that they have in creating a false narrative of the reality.
Well, the world is watching very closely what.
I want to respond to a couple things in the chat. One is from N Tor. She says, "By the way, Mehdi, your subscribers are growing. Nice work. Thank you, bro. Yes, they are growing. Just hit 15,200, so that's great." We had Animus say something, and I don't agree with what he said. Were you talking about me, Animus? Let's see. Where is Animus here? Where are you at, bro? Did they remove Animus? Did they take him out? Because I don't see him now. Oh, there he is. Oh, Animus says the guy is apparently against the regime, but also entirely against intervention and the Shah. Oh, you're talking about the bus, the U-Haul
The
guy.
U-Haul guy. He's not. I don't think he's talking about the
about,
Pahlavi.
about me. He's talking about Pahlavi. Okay. Was talking about the women's argument. I see. Okay, cool. I'm going to change
is
it. After this
happening
thing, I'm going to
in
change it. And I'm
Iran
going to go
as
through
those
some things that are
protests
interesting on
continue,
Instagram right now.
and as President Trump prepares to meet with his top military advisors tomorrow to discuss potential military options. Reza Pahlavi, thank you for joining us and for this conversation.
Okay, so that's Reza Pahlavi. That was one little thing that we went through. This is I don't know if you've ever seen this. Have you seen this guy?
I have watched. So I think probably, yeah. Like
So
I've
this-
watched so many videos.
This guy is a buddy of mine. He's the first Iranian-born, or the only maybe Iranian-born NFL player in the world. So
Oh yes, actually.
This is a message to my Iranian brothers and sisters. I just want you to know that we're all with you. The people of America are watching you. Your Iranian family, your Iranian brethren, خواهر برادرای شما توی آمریکا و توی اروپا, everywhere in the world, our hearts go with you. You are the most brave people in the world. Iranian people are the greatest. We're going to have freedom. Javeed Shah, glory and freedom to Iran.
he came out and he gave a message straight to the NFL, which I thought was pretty interesting. This is a pretty pointed statement against not just NFL or to the NFL, but to President Trump and also to I forget who else.
Oh,
This is
someone
sharp.
says, what did he say? Can you all translate? He basically said like, live long the king, and like they would prefer to have the king rather than like the Islamic, and like he said, other people should speak up in Farsi, right?
Yeah, he said basically that he stands behind his brothers and sisters, and in Farsi he said to my fellow brothers and sisters in Iran and around the world, and he said that he supports them and that long live the king. But this is a more pointed one.
This is Shar Pradanish. I played 7 years in the National Football League. I was the first Iranian-born player in NFL history. Since retirement, I have never asked the NFL or my compatriots for anything.
And this guy, by the way, is massive. He's like, I think he's like 6'9". Like he's just like I see he's like, I'm like this. I'm like, what the hell? He's a huge guy. You can't tell from him sitting here. But I'm gonna bring him on the show too, and we'll hear from him directly.
I'm asking for your help now. Since December 28th of 2025, the Iranian people have rushed into the streets to protest the Islamic Republic of Iran's oppressive regime. Since January 7th, after the outcry
That's actually him back there. That thing of him is him playing football.
of King Reza Pahlavi, people rushed into the streets and millions have poured out in protest against the regime. This is not a protest against the economy. This is a protest against human rights and civil rights. The NFL has long stood for human rights, civil rights, women's rights, and social justice. Where is the NFL now? I'm begging you, to my former league, who I bled for so many years. I'm begging for your help. Please hear the voices of my Iranian compatriots. People are dying in the streets. President Trump, you said you would act if people were killed. Dozens of people have been reported killed since you have made that statement. Where is your help? We need your help. The Iranian people need your help. The internet has been shut down. There's no voices coming out. Who knows what's going on? I'm begging you, please repost this so bring awareness to what's going on in Iran. Thank you. This is Sharp.
Funny thing that he said something about like the internet being cut off. So most of my family, they're in Iran, and so like we're super concerned, super worried. And so I try to call my family like with like, like just dial their like phone numbers, like an international call. And they have tapped the phones, and they like when I call them, it's just like someone on repeat just saying hello, hello, like no, like they're all cut off, like even like their phone lines immediate, like all down, like they're all
Wow.
down. Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are hearing that straight from her, man. Like she literally been trying, and just like everyone else that I've spoken to, they can't get a hold of anyone there.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. There was one person, there was a friend of ours from last night that could get a hold of people, but I don't think he
They
can
said
either.
the Starlink thingy went down or something.
Oh,
Like
it
they
went down.
like yeah, they have difficulty getting connected. But I found other people that stayed kind of in touch with their families, but they said like 3 minutes a day and that's it. Like for 3 minutes they get their internets back, and they don't even know when that is. Like they just have to keep checking their phones.
Wow.
And then that's it. That's all they get. Like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane.
And I don't know if you know, but apparently like the government of Iran is sharing false videos of dead bodies like in the bags,
Yep.
like in the cadaver bags, and just to scare people off, like especially like the people outside of America, so that they keep it down.
Yeah. That's
just to
why.
scare
That's
them.
another reason why I was hesitating to post those videos, because I don't.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they're, first of all, they're real.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's a very touchy thing, and so I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna take a look at a few other things really quick. This right here, guys, is an Iranian soldier that is kissing Trump in support of Trump. Listen to this.
جناب رئیس جمهور آمریکا آقای ترامپ ما ارتشی ها و تمام مردم ایران منتظریم که ما رو نجات بدید و از شر این رژیم ظالم رها کنید.
He says to America, Americans, and to Trump, we are here, we're waiting for your help so you can free us from this
بتونیم ایران رو از
oppressive regime, so we can rebuild Iran.
نو بسازیم و همونطوری که راجع به آمریکا میگی ما هم میخواهیم که بگیم to make Iran great again.
He says the same way you talk about America, we say that about Iran. We want to make Iran great again. He's kissing Trump's picture. Oh.
جناب رئیس جمهور آمریکا
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Have you seen this lady?
No.
Listen to this.
I used to be a Democrat. I stood by you guys because you promised
Well, I don't know if it's a lady or a guy, or it could be a guy.
us liberty, justice, diversity. This is not diversity. Your silence is complicit. Democrats, wake the damn up. This is not okay. Iranian people right now, they're in prison. They're in prison. They're in complete digital blackout. How can you be silent? I used to be a Democrat. I stood by you guys because you promised us liberty, justice, diversity. This is not diversity. Your silence is complicit. Democrats, wake the damn up. This is not okay. Iranian people right now, they're in prison. They're in prison. They're in complete digital blackout. How can you be silent?
I think it's something like above like beyond their imagination of like what like blackout is. Like I don't even think they can fully comprehend what blackout means, because we can't use Instagram in Iran like at all. Like we have to have like VPNs and like we have to like somehow find like around the rules, and it's very hard to open Instagram, even Wi-Fi. Like we can't have Wi-Fi. Like it's very hard to get connected to it. Like,
Yeah, people don't understand, and what she's trying to say is, even in a normal day, without a revolution or without a protest, people in Iran can't use Instagram and social media. They're literally, when you see Persians on social media, they're like finding ways around their thing, their whatever service they have. They're using VPNs and all this stuff, and just to use Instagram. Now you get to a point where you have these protests, and then they have actual blackouts.
Yeah.
And where they literally cut the internet off. Now they have no internet. And
it's not even the internet. It's like literally like how you call your friend
like phone calls,
yeah, no
landlines.
phone calls, no landlines,
Yeah.
no telephone, like home phones. And it's like we don't have Netflix, we don't have Spotify, we don't have YouTube, we don't have like we don't have any of it. Like we do, but like it's not like legal to like download it and kind of be on it, because if you
Yeah.
post something against the regime, or even if a woman posts like without their hijab, like the government will track them down, and they will like they will arrest them, and sometimes execution in many, like it just depends on what kind of content they're posting.
Wow.
But yeah, like I don't think they can comprehend what a digital blackout means.
Yeah.
I mean, they cut off a couple of days ago. They cut off like all the electricity, so they didn't even have like lights.
It's a total blackout.
So yeah, like a total blackout.
Crazy.
It's sad.
That's
very
insane.
sad.
Because that affects everything.
Is that
your
an
refrigerator?
AI version of the U-Haul?
Yeah, that's an AI version of the U-Haul, I think. Let me play this. This is interesting because this is our main man, Charlie Kirk.
You actually know about Iran. Persia was a great power, and then Iran took a turn for the worst. Interestingly enough, there was the Shah of Iran, and then the Shah was displaced by Mossadegh. Mossadegh was democratically elected. Now, to be very fair, the United States and Britain got rid of Mossadegh, and then we reinstalled the Shah. Bad decision, which then led to the Iranian Revolution, where radical Islam took over Iran. Look at some of these pictures of what Iran used to be. It was wealthy, it was proud, it was strong. The Persians are wonderful people. Some of my closest friends are Persians, and I love the Persian people. And we should have a heart for the Persian people to try and have a better future. Regime change is very difficult to talk about. I actually don't like talking about regime change. It's very complicated, but understand that there can be brighter days ahead for the Iranian people. And just look at some of these pictures of how beautiful Iran used to be, how beautiful Tehran used to be. And it's very easy to kind of sit in your Western armchair and be like, oh, Israel's terrible. Well, you're able to enjoy free speech rights and a lot of rights here in the West that Iran used to have. And if you are serious about actually protecting human rights, you should want to make Iran Western again. What do you actually know about Iran?
We want to make Iran Western again, 100%, bro. We're done with all that, but we want to make, dude, we're done with Islam. We're done with Islam. And guys, I think we're gonna cut the stream pretty soon. I want to do one more thing. Fetterman is fed up. He also said, I don't know. Fetterman says Iran is one of the world's top terrorist underwriters, and now you have that poisonous regime in a spiral. Why wouldn't we want to support that and those brave protesters? And he says, I don't know why we can't all want to support that, to back them and now bring that awful regime to its knees. This guy, I don't know if you know who he is. This is John Fetterman. Mm-hmm. He's a Democrat, but we like him because he's a Democrat that has his head on halfway straight. And Fetterman makes sense. Like Torge just said, Fetterman's been making sense lately. He makes sense. He's like, he doesn't go radical Democrat like, crazy, always just against everyone, no matter what. When it makes sense, he's down, like right now. Like right now, Democrats are not down.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And then I'll go one more and then we'll call it. Ready, this one.
Oh my God.
I hate the regime in Iran.
Right.
I hate the regime.
So why wouldn't you want it changing?
I hate the mullahs. There are Armenians living in Iran right now who hate the mullahs. Okay, but regime change should not be spurred by the United States and Israel, which wants to install.
You don't hate the regime in Iran. You don't hate the Islamic Republic. You hate us. You hate every single woman who get beaten up, who go to prison, who get lashes for the crime of just simply dressing like you. You hate us because you give misinformation to international community right now. Absolutely darkness in Iran because of the internet shutdown. Iranians have no voices, but you go on Iran, on Iran talking everywhere to international media and giving wrong information. You say that the Iranian people do not want regime change being imposed by Trump administration or Prime Minister Netanyahu. Who said that? Iranian took to the streets since 2009, 6 major uprising, and they made it clear that this is the people of Iran who want to change the regime. And then you saying that this is external regime change. When you say that, it just reminds me of the time when I launched my campaign against compulsory hijab. Ilhan Omar, the hijabi congresswoman, said the exact same thing, accused me, saying that smear campaign everywhere. She said that Masih Alinejad is the mouthpiece of President Trump and her campaign is being pushed by Trump administration. And guess what? The day after, the Iranian state television used her information to attack me. And a month later, Ali Khamenei, the leader of the Islamic Republic, used the same narrative, saying that that American agent must be killed. Yes. With the same narrative, he ordered my killing. And guess what? They hired killers to kill me on U.S. soil 3 times. Now you're doing the same thing by accusing Iranians, being led by Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump, by accusing them promoting external regime change. You are actually giving excuse to Iranian regime to slaughter Iranians, to kill innocent and unarmed protesters. This is what you're doing. And stop doing that. If you decided to keep silent, that's fine. But when people of Iran are being banned from internet, they don't have a voice, don't go on media and talk on behalf of them. Let us talk. Let us talk. Because of your narrative, right now, thousands of people have been killed in the streets because the Islamic Republic officials took on state television saying they
Draco says she's ready to claw her eyes out, bro. She's nuts right now.
exact same thing that you said.
Her veins
That
are
this
popping,
is
bro.
external regime change.
Her
being
name
led-
is Masih Alinejad is on the comment.
Yeah.
It's on the @ if you guys wanna. But she's cool. She's crazy.
She's crazy, but in a lot of ways she's helpful, and she's one of the few people that stand up and has a voice.
I know, but she's also too much, and sometimes she's like by being too dramatic, she's just causing extras. Like I don't.
Yeah, I
she's
mean,
not my person.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's what I say is, there's people that have that are a little extreme, and some people are not. Some people want people to be more extreme. So, like some people I'm telling you, some people see the Shah and they go, dude, you need to be a little more hardcore.
Yeah.
But she comes and she's maybe too hardcore. But
when
I'm
she's
gonna say this, and I'll let you finish.
Yeah.
But I'll say this about her. I know for a fact that the Islamic Republic tried to kill her at least 3 times.
It's not that regime wants to kill everyone at least
No,
like
but
1,000 times.
no. They actually went out to her doorstep, people with guns to kill her.
Yeah, that's because she spoke up for like women's right, specifically for Iran. So that's what pissed them off a lot. But I mean,
imagine how bad, just because she spoke up for women's rights and they want to kill her.
She's a good feminist, but then in other stuff, she's very bad. Like right now, she messed it up. Like she was too much.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Persians could be a little more outspoken.
Yeah. I
definitely think that. And she's a little extreme, but I would say, I think we need.
So someone says the girl is calm. That's a good thing. I'm not calm. Yesterday I was pulling off a banner from a U-Haul, but no. When it comes to political stuff, I think I don't see any reason to just be attacking the person that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rostam says I received death threat as well.
Yeah, everyone did.
Do you guys did you know that Donald Trump, the Islamic regime has a hit out on Donald Trump?
Yeah, I think that's been ongoing for 47 years, but
yeah, single-handedly destroyed a 26-foot truck. Should we show a video of you on the U-Haul truck?
Sure, I'm down.
Yeah? Where would we find that?
Let me send it. Wait, actually, if you go on my page, you can probably find it.
Yeah?
You want to send it to you?
No, I'll pull it up right here. I'll pull it up right here.
Okay.
All right, so guys, here is her on the U-Haul in the black shirt right here on your screen. That's her on the U-Haul. That's her brother. Look at that right there again, pulling that yellow sign off. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when
look
the guy
again,
was...
right? Look again, right there. She's the one pulling the sign off the truck. Look at that. Is this after he's got stopped?
This is after he was cussing people out. This is after we realized, oh, like he's here to ruin the protest and he's here to run people like over because, I mean, the people who say no to Shah and like no to mullahs, they're still on the mullahs side because right now, like I think we all agreed that we're gonna have the Shah, and if we don't, because even like Pahlavi said, okay, I'll come, and then if you guys don't like me, I'll go. Like that's what he said, so that's why people chose him. So, yeah. That's
yeah. I was gonna put the music on, but my YouTube will cut me. But we'll show you one more time. That's her on top of the guy with the red shirt. That's her going crazy on the van, bro. You see her sitting here calm, but she's just chilling with us right now because she's on live. She's like, what is this live thing all about? Yeah, but don't get it twisted, dude. She's nuts.
Oh, show them the video of the guy getting beat up.
Oh, okay. Is it on your page too?
Yeah, it's on my page.
By the way, this is her too. Again, hold on. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. This is her on her own page. But that's not.
Before I went full activist.
Before she went full activist on him. Yeah. Yep. And then which one?
Oh, here.
This one or this one?
Wait, no, where is it? It's the one that my brother beats the guy up. Like he throws his slipper at him. Oh, it's the... No, it's not that one. It's the other one.
Which one? Is it on your page?
Yeah. How come it doesn't show on yours?
Oh, here it is.
Go.
Here you go. Here's a U-Haul. That's her brother right there in the red. You can see his shoes. You can say they look. Yeah, he lost his shoes. You can see they look alike.
Yeah, people were pissed. People were really mad.
Well,
like,
dude, why?
Really
what are you doing?
mad.
Trying to? Why are you trying to run people over, bro?
No idea. Yeah, no idea. That was really scary.
So bad.
We like FBI is actually considering it as like a terrorist attack, so they just have to like gather enough evidence to like confirm that it was a terrorist attack.
Yep.
But he was released though. He was taken into custody.
I heard.
He was released. So
I heard.
we hope nothing bad happens.
State line says he got smoked with that flagpole. He did, bro. He did. Yeah. All right, bro. Min says she's over here yelling, "Get him!" Yeah, dude, it was nuts. Guys, thanks for joining the live. I gotta cut the live. We gotta go record a video right now and talk about. We got explaining to do and set the record straight on this U-Haul thing because there's a lot of people saying different things about this U-Haul thing and we gotta set the record straight. So we're gonna do that right now. But guys, thanks again for coming on the live. Thanks for supporting me. Our subscribers are going up, and thanks to you guys. You guys are amazing. Aquariums, have a good night. State Line, Min, Animus, Sean, Hugh, Draco, Jennifer, Entorch, all you guys, dude. Anyone that I missed that I'm not catching, Quantum Ice and everybody else. Dude, love you guys. Jonah Vex, Jennifer, thank you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.